Hello? We awake there? Hi. Welcome back to the world of the conscious. Well, I am your host, Fireman Sam. I'm not actually called Sam, by the way. Smile at me like that and you might actually get my name later. More importantly, how are you feeling? Well, where do you think you are? Okay, let's use a little bit of deduction here. I'm a fireman. You're unconscious. You're kind of waking up with me saying, hey, how are you? You alright? Where do you think I might have found you? Oh, there you go. Not to be condescending. I suppose that was condescending. Apologies, but, you know, I feel like you should have been able to guess. Yeah, there was a pretty bad fire. Which is, something we'll talk about a bit later, but... Oh, no reason, it's just... strange is all. Anyway. So... first thing... and I will admit to have already had a preliminary check, but you don't seem to have any signs of burns, which is, in your case, potentially a bit of a miracle. Next thing to check is if you've inhaled a lot of smoke. And, well, whether we need to call you an ambulance. If you're completely fine, we can use a bit of common sense. If there's any risk of you having any lasting problems, beyond maybe being a bit dizzy, then we'll absolutely be taking you to hospital. It's not really a debate. This is not the kind of thing you are going to be, well, flippant with, right? How did I save you? Does it really matter? But, well, it was quite the fire you were in. So, we used some of the new imaging cameras. Well, I say new, they've been around for a while now, but I used some of the imaging cameras to try and see you through the smoke, and we did. And, well, user procedure really, arrive, try and find out from any bystanders if there's anyone in the building, or if anyone's escaped the building, or if there's any reason to think there are people in the building. Yeah, find out from a company officer what he wants me to do. Does he want me to get a hydrant bag, pull the hose out the back of the truck, lay a supply line, get an air pack ready and go and carry out the search and rescue, as in this case I did? What do they want from me? Well, yeah. In this case it was they got a case of pull up to the fire and I'm the search and rescue guy. Yeah, well, the infrareds make that a lot easier than it used to be honest. Back in the day, you had to run into the smoke pretty much blind and try to find people. And, there were ways of doing it, but I promise you the camera's a lot better. After all, the camera found you, and only you, so after that, get the old-fashioned hoist, fireman's carry, called that for a reason, and get you out of there. Lucky I arrived when I did. It was... Let's just say it's a good thing there's a fire brigade nearby. So... This was an abandoned warehouse. Well, maybe not abandoned quite. There was a lot of interesting things in there, as I understand it. And it happens to catch fire. Maybe good for insurance for some people. But the owners, or at least it seems from preliminary checks, have nothing. No reason why they would want this to go ablaze. If anything, it harms them. So, not looking like an insurance fraud case. No, we really have no idea how this fire would have potentially started. Almost no idea. Oh, nothing. We've just been trying to figure out possibilities is all. No, the fire's not still going. And if it was, I wouldn't be here with you. Or at least, we would have gotten an ambulance out. You'd be in the ambulance already, and I would be out over there fighting the fire now that we confirmed everyone was out. No, the good folks of the fire service have got everything under control, which is great, right? Say, it seems you're speaking fine, so I don't think there's any real reason to think there's a lot of smoke in your lungs. You don't seem to be particularly dizzy. If anything, your eyes are darting around. You seem to, by all accounts, be fine. Which is interesting, considering you were seemingly passed out. I've put a lot of people out of fires, and you're the healthiest person I've ever pulled out of a fire. And it's not particularly close. And then there's the question of, what exactly were you doing in this building at this time? I mean, you're in this place as it goes up in flames, seemingly the only person around. For what reason are you here? I mean, it can't exactly have been your job to be here, right? But it's not something certainly I would take for much of a hobby. Hanging around in warehouses that are hardly used. You were gonna meet friends here. Why? Well, quite simply, if I was going to meet my friends, it would be at the pub, or maybe the movies, or if we're skint, be outside, play football, go skating, do something. Not hang about an old warehouse near the docks. It's an odd location, no? Your special spot from when you were kids, huh? Oh, well, sounds very sentimental to you then. I don't suppose you'd be able to give us the contact details of these friends. Well, of course, it'd be very interesting to hear from them about these plans. Be very interesting to corroborate where they were because, well, I mean, surely you're curious why you were in a building that happened to go on fire when you were there. I mean, if it wasn't you, then who? One of these friends of yours could be facing a lot of jail time. I mean, arson's one thing. Attempted murder. Oof. Oh, you're sure it wasn't? Well, I can only wonder why you're sure. No, I don't accuse everybody. Just you. Electrical fire, huh? Interesting. Well, I'll need you to detail the full story so we can have it on record. For what it's worth, it's a plausible explanation, so got nothing to be so tense about. Well, I would be remiss to not explore all potential options, right? I mean, if you were a dangerous arsonist, well, it would be important for it to be stressed to you that something like this could never ever happen again, and that if anyone were to find out that you were behind this, well, the city doesn't take kindly to people lighting things on fire, outside of maybe bonfires or barbecue pits. And unless you were smoking a rather fantastically large piece of meat, this was no barbecue pit. You know, you're right. I did just insinuate it was you again. And you noticed that. Which is very astute for someone who supposedly was passed out not very long ago. I have to credit your quick thinking. It's almost practiced. No, I don't have a problem with you. I simply admire your quick-wittedness, your ability to stay mostly calm under some pressure. And your eyes. Oh, come now. You think I'm going to be fired for saying you have pretty eyes? It's not harassment. Calm down there. You don't seriously believe I'd be monumentally stupid enough to harass someone I've just saved, do you? I mean, my lord. You could at least buy me dinner first. In any case, nothing. No, it doesn't matter. Anyway, you're clearly compos mentis. You show absolutely no signs of virtually anything being wrong with you. You have a plausible story. Everything's checking out. was giving you a hard time because... Well, if you really want to know, I guess you'll just have to buy me dinner first. Because I can't talk to you on the clock indefinitely. I do, after all, have a job and I am on the clock. So, you seem fine. I will... I could perhaps generously offer you a lift. Is there somewhere you particularly need to go? Any more abandoned warehouses you could meet friends at? Well, I'm sure your friends will be very curious where you were. What happened to the warehouse we were all meeting at? It seems to have disappeared in a big blazing fire. Well, not disappeared, but lost some structural integrity. I suppose you could text them your story. You know, what happened, if anyone were to ask. You know, it's a very interesting look you're giving me right now. Almost look of a predator. I think it'd be a very good idea for us to arrange the dinner. Don't you? Oh, I wouldn't be too sure. You know, I am giving you a hard time. And I'm really trying to be as... how do I put it? I've really been trying to trip you up, had it been you. But you're either a really, really, really good liar, or it just wasn't you. In which case, I think it's a very good idea for you to help me figure out who it was. And anyway, I did just save your life, so at the very least, shouldn't you want to see my hose? You know, get a tour around the fire truck. What did you think I meant? You do want to see my hose? Well, wonderful. Well, step right this way towards our humble behemoth of a machine. And, I can get your number. For that date. At the very least, it can give us some time, even if there isn't a spark here. Even if I'm wrong about that, and about the way you're looking at me right now, then we can at least try and figure out who endangered your life. One way or another, I think things are going to heat up.